Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a thing called Dulcimer Player's Tools. It's some tools for musicians. We've been working lately on the jam log to keep track of the songs you've played in various jams, and we need to do sorting and persistence. Persistence is probably more than one day exercise. Almost certainly. All right. I just got this new version with the simulators loading in, but I think I can run the old simulators. I hope. Yeah, man. Let's see. Okay, the problem we had a problem with sorting, and I ran across something that says use tag not ID in our sort stuff. So let's find that. I think it's log view. Yeah, so I think the idea was this would be that. Oh man, come on. I can't choose. iPhone Pro. Let's try this. Well, oh man. Try that. No. Oh. I'm gonna have to wait. I'm sorry. Oh. Should have done that earlier. Let me go grab my tablet. Maybe we can run on there. Connection was invalidated. Wonder if the operation completes is this one or this one. Well, that's just not going to do it until this is done. Okay. Well, come back in 5 minutes. We might be done. Might be active again. I guess we'll look at the to-do list. Okay. Well, actually, I know we're going to if we try storage, we're going to have to look at some stuff there. So let's look at that. I I think this is right. That'll give us this, at least these couple of these remarks will be easy. And then storage. I brought up, I want to take another run at Swift data and see if we can make that work. So I've got a couple of articles on that. This one's the Paul Hudson one. One thing is the top level entity's got to be a class. The class we're going to use for the database can't be a struct. So that's going to be a change in our songs and our performances. Okay. Import Swift data, add model, add a modifier to your group with a model container. We've done that before. Okay. And then this one's a little more end-to-end. Okay, so you have a class, you slap model on it. It handles built-in types and codable. So if we make things codable, they'll work. We can say things are unique. We have to do the model container thing, the model context. And then, this notion of predicates, that will be useful for us. We have, when we sort and things like that, I think we can use the predicate. And then, so you can fetch off that. The real one is you can do arrays that automatically do that. Okay, here's his to do. I don't know where he's adding them. Context.insert. Oh. So that's his model context. Okay. And deletes, we have to context.save. Right. Okay. Well, we shall see. Okay. And then an ample article. Turn classes into models. Add some attributes if you want, like unique, which we'll have some of. There's also at relationship or something like that. Yeah, we could do a cloud-based sync. That might be interesting. It's the model context. Okay, we have to insert things into the context. Okay, define the data model. Yeah, relationship. So that's this. Yeah, we have to do some things on a pier. Wonder what with animation does. When a person clicks the save button, it calls the editor save. Copies state variables to instance, and the app uses autosave. Okay. That's something different. I don't know if that's going to help anything. We're not using core data. I don't think it's going to matter. All right, let's see if we're making any progress here. Oh, well. Okay. Let's go back to Paul's. Model container. Model validator for destination.self. Okay, so I guess the container is going to be the thing that holds the stuff. I don't know how much this will... I guess we got stuck last time because some of the sorting stuff we needed wasn't there. I don't know. It was like the flexibility to create, I don't remember if it was predicates of some sort. And then I think we had some recursion in our data model and it didn't understand that. And we still had to distort a lot of stuff to support it. Things we'd done as structs and now we don't. Now, this looks like the thing we're working with, so we may have to convert those as well, song. And then the model songs, I guess the context takes the place of the list of things. Let's go look at those. Okay, so here's songs. Our library has the list of songs. So I certainly would believe that might have to become a class. Do we have to do it on the individual songs? I don't know. I mean, you can have structs inside your class objects and it will manage that. So I'm hoping that will work. Some of this, I still feel like there's a better way to do it, but I don't have the knowledge to do it. Well, one thing is, like, it seems like if I had a key path, can that get to a field for an arbitrary object? I don't know how to do that. I guess that's the gap I have. If I had that, I could tie the path to the sort order and then just work like that. That would be kind of nice. But I don't think it affects the persistence. Now this, yeah. All right. So the one persistence approach is Swift data, muck with our model types, convert them to classes, try and get the Swift context stuff working with it. I don't know. It sounds painful as I look at it. The other thing we did last time, I think we just gave up on the persistence at all, and just said, like, let's just rewrite the JSON file of our contents whenever we change things. And that might be feasible here. I mean, our first.json, I don't know how many classes, songs it has, but I think it's like 15-ish, 10 lines each. Oh, I guess I could do that. 157 to 166 would be 10 lines, so 11 lines each. So yeah, something like 15. That is probably, realistically, it's probably a few hundred. It's not going to be 1,000 or 10,000, I don't think. So my guess is we could probably write our file when it updates and be okay. And then, like, our performance data, that's little blips. It's a date, a song reference, and a possible remark. Most of the time the remark is empty. That one, I mean, those can be two separate files being written. They relate to each other. They're tied by the IDs. It might be the easy way, and I don't know. We really did fight Swift data pretty hard that last time, and nothing that I know of has changed in it that would affect what we're talking about. So I'm not sure. The thing that could give you, well, if this is writable, like, I'm also thinking about this dance when you start, like where does your data come from? Well, right now the list of songs gets loaded in from first lines, and it's effectively static data as far as first lines is concerned. That sort of, well, I mean, that's what it is. At some point, if we wanted to combine the first lines and the jam, which I think we should, then we have to load the first lines into the jam the first time. And then from then on, I guess it should look in the jam. So maybe it's just, if the jam is empty, load the first lines, and go from there, and then whatever they add, every time they add something, go ahead and write it, I guess. So, okay, so I think that's what's involved there. All right. So this could also just be JSON files. Okay, so if we made our objects codable so they can encode and decode, then they'd kind of be okay for that. All right. Delete log performances. I think that one's going to be a future version. So maybe the space goes down here. Remarks, I think, is very straightforward. We just had to add the field, and that should mostly just happen. Add the field to the view as well. Okay. Buffer space around the quick save button. We could maybe switch to an image, and with on tapped or whatever it is. That might not have the built-in buffer space that the button appears to, that gets in our way. I can still run it, right? Ooh. No. Wow. Okay. And that's creeping along. Okay, can't run it. Let's see. Same song library. That's going to have to be more like a persistence thing, I think. I think we're going to get that right before we get heavy into Swift data or JSON files. Front page grid that wraps automatically. Put tiles in an array. Use a for loop. Let's look at this one again. 5 minutes was optimistic, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, this is that lazy V-grid problem we had. So we don't know if the data id, that seems very suggestive. Ours, we tried just doing it. Okay, let's go to content view. So ours, we have these objects just standing alone. The link is one kind, and the tile wrapped ones are another kind. Wonder. We think we tried tag on this too, but the ID. I mean, maybe these need to grow into instances of a something, and maybe, I don't know, tile wrapper. I still don't like the name. Maybe there needs to be a list of tools, and then we become much more like this. We'll make them all identifiable and iterate over them, and it'll look kind of like this. So also I noticed in his case, the data is really on the data side, and the item is an example of whatever that data type is, but the text is the view. In ours, we have the view as the object that we have. So I'm not quite sure how to, well, yeah, I don't know how to do this. The data, this part's fine. We could make an object that takes these this view is more problematic. Because I don't think our vgrid is happy about. Well, I don't know why it should care. Maybe it doesn't. I mean, the for each is going to produce basically an array of text views. I don't know if we could take these views out. I mean, they need to know stuff. And that needs to be passed into them. Oh my gosh, this is so slow. Okay. So that's been like 15 minutes. Okay. Yeah, Swift data may work. Our data is simpler. I missed your comment, sorry. Both are a kind of view. Yeah, I should be able to put them in an array or type. Yeah, you would think so. I mean, an array of some view, right, or any view. I never know when it's any or some. Sorry. But this tool is different. I mean, it is a view still, though. So, like, why would that matter? But the array has to be built. I mean, it has to pass in the right stuff. It's like, is there some sort of closure or something? I just don't know. I mean, I'm really surprised that I'm surprised the lazy vgrid doesn't work with just the views that we're giving it. I mean, I had thought, and this is revealing my lack of clarity on these things. I thought this thing produced an array of views. Maybe it matters that it's an array. So let's look up lazy vgrid again. I don't know if I had it. Yeah. Okay. Lazy vgrid of content. Picking container views. Scroll views, don't click scrolling. Okay, yes. All right, I guess I want to know. Every example I've seen has a for each too, which and its content goes to content. Yeah, I don't know. Do you think I can? Like, do we re-execute the whole thing when we need to? I don't know how much I can kind of objectify this and do it. Where's my? Did I take my example out? Really, is there no way I can run? Oh, hey, my iPad thing came back. Okay, views. Where does this get put? I thought they had a... I thought the actual stuff showed up here somewhere. What's preview content? No. Okay. And I can't select anything until this is ready. Okay. Okay, let's see lazy V grid without a for each. Maybe somebody's run into this before too. Oh. Yeah, legs. Yeah, I think that's kind of what I want too. Okay, we're doing that. Okay, so I guess we probably want center. I don't know if that's the default. Spacing between rows, lazy. Okay. Oh, so that's why we're not. 1,000 links. Yeah, we'll have to try if that's possible. Dealing with lazy V grid. Okay, yeah, we ran into this. Adaptive. Height of a row is driven by the height of the tallest cell. Okay. Yeah, he's doing for each. Does not have a column span. Okay. Fixed. Right. Oh, clever. Okay. So they could do this. They make this one give itself as being twice as long plus spacing. And normally a cell will, it's given a chance. There's this dance on sizing. The parent proposes something, and then the child does the child answers what it wants. The parent kind of says, okay, let's do this. And then the child gets to override and do whatever it wants. So in this case, it says, I want to make myself twice as wide. And we insert a blank cell that is behind it and doesn't matter, or in front of it doesn't matter. Okay. Honeycomb. Huh. Okay. Interesting. All right. Well, those are interesting, but not super relevant. Okay, I mean, this is being clever, good stuff, but it's not an example of what I was looking for. It's a grid cell. I think he's just making his own type. If that's the one you saw. I don't think. I don't think it's a thing. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so he has a lazy grid with sections in there, and then these. I mean, he said he got that working. So again, I don't see why the grid. Yeah, it could be. But I thought the one with the sections was interesting, but I mean, I like this adaptive thing. I'm hoping that just works out for us. Columns, colored boxes. Huh, now what's that? So I'm kind of puzzled there. I wonder what that. I mean, it must be some sort of view, but that would seem to be kind of like we're doing. Photo placeholders. I don't know if we can. I don't know if he tells us what those are anywhere. Yeah, that was a nice article. Okay. I don't know what these guys... I don't know how to search. I think that's the one we just saw. That's the Apple one. Yeah, I really wonder what this is. It must be some sort of for each view that has them. So it may not be escaping the for each. Okay, we getting anywhere? 66%. Ugh. Okay. So this isn't going to run until it's available. I don't know if I say always. Always meaning not always. Okay. Yeah, I was really hoping you could run your old simulators, but apparently it just takes over. Okay. Well, I'm not saying anything about the for each. So I think what you're proposing is make an array of these views for each individual thing. I guess that's... And then we'd do that in here and then return navigation stack. Every example uses for each. Yeah, that's... I thought I might have seen one that didn't sometime, but not recently. I just had the impression there was, but... what would for each do that would... Okay, so most lazy v grid use for each. I don't know. Well, yeah. So the ID self thing, right? That just says my data is not identifiable, but I'm going to pretend it is, and we just use the item itself as its identifier. But, and I had thought the identifier was mostly used so that a view could locate a particular subview. And if you reused identifiers, then you would kind of confuse it when it's moving things around because it would have a chance of finding the wrong one. But we did put IDs on all these and they were different. So I don't think it's just the ID. But maybe it is, and maybe we can get it done that way someday. Today, if we ever get any progress. Okay. I don't know. Maybe we'll just do a little code reviewing while we're here. So we looked at library. And I think we need to make this a class anyway, if it's going to be a shared object between these different views. And persistent. Okay. But song. All right. Song is really just the fields, and most of them are really under strings underneath. I don't think there's an issue there. And performance. Now this one, where's the collection of them? I guess it's an array of performance in here. Nope, in here. No. Oh, it's in jam log. So jam log has access to the songs in the library, and it has access to the performance. Excuse me. Well, maybe we can see a for each in a view and learn something about that. Like, what's its type, right? So it can create the content, and it's got data. Data is random access collection and ID. So, I think of it as an array, holding an array of things, but I thought they were views. Well, I guess this is saying the view is built from its structure, or from its underlying data, its underlying model. Collections. Elements must conform to identifiable, or you provide the ID parameter. Now, does a view... Okay, let's... I wonder if he has an ID. He has body, he has modifier. For each in a lazy grid, adds the items as they become visible. Oh, yeah, right. That's got to be different, doesn't it? I know it said something about you get notifications as it brings them in or out. So maybe he's just that much smarter, and we have to conform to it. I guess I'm just wondering if no. Yeah, I was wondering if we could. I mean, given we have the IDs on these things. Okay, well that's good to know. Hopefully we can set those up. I'm just worried that creating these views, like I'm going to try and assign this entity to, I mean, I guess ultimately an array, so I can do a for each on it. You think there would be something that would kind of turn it inside out so that its body is treated as the array. Yeah, I don't know. I wonder, can I compile while it's doing this, even if I don't run? Let's try and modify this and see what happens. Okay, so the thing that's going to modify is this scroll view. Let me extract this to a view, to a method. No. Okay. Let me I don't think the ID 1 helps any. And honestly, I think this is really tools. Insert as any. Can I be any view? Okay, and let's see if we can. Let's just put another one in. Okay, and now for each. And that thing is a view, right? Cannot convert value of some view to expected element type. Any view. Well, can I make it an array of some view? Take away the any. Well, Oh, now it's complaining. Requires some view to conform to hashable. I mean, can I make my view identifiable? It doesn't solve the other link one, but it may solve these. No, that's not going to work. Because they need to be identifiable for that. There needs to be an array of identifiable, so that's not going to fit. Right, this says some view conform to identifiable. Can we... Well, let's make it an array of tile wrapper. And we'll take this link one out for now. He's maybe just the odd duck. Some view to expected. Okay. Well, that's seeming okay. Can I fit this in the tile wrapper form? Maybe. Okay, let's take the next one. Cannot convert first line view HD to return to first line view MD. Oh, okay, so I think what, well, I think it probably is possible to create a common wrapper view. He does navigation link. He's already got a subtitle. I think I put one in down here. Let's try and do that. So this is the link. So he puts it in a navigation link with a subtitle, but it would just be a link. I think it might be okay. Right, but I think the problem going on with putting two of these in the same array, because they're parameterized on the content view, then this is really a tile wrapper of first line view MD and a tile wrapper of first line view HD, and they're not compatible. Now, they... Can I say some view? Yeah, they have to be the same type to be an array. Ugh. So even though they both look like tile wrappers, they're tile wrappers of different things, so that makes them different types. Okay, I'm going to revert these. I don't know what I changed here. Put an H-stack around each tile wrapper. I think you'll have the same problem. An H-stack, the type of an H-stack is not H-stack, it's H-stack of something. Yeah, so tile wrapper, first line empty, it's going to have the same deal that it's not a compatible H-stack. And apparently it doesn't generalize to some view is not good enough. And if it was H-stack with some view, it would have the same problem. So I don't think that's going to work. Now, it may be... Okay, let's take this one back. The only one I can think is if what if this and any did not work. Yeah. What I wonder is if this were some view, would that compile? Maybe we can make it generic at this level. No. Only permitted in properties, subscripts, and functions. Okay. I think we'd have to define I mean, if we defined the array, if we defined the tile wrapper, like we would have to get the content view out of there. And I don't know if that means if we had the subviews, could we put them in a common type of some sort? All right. Can we run? Let's try and do that. Good. We're building. And verifying forever too. An hour to load that thing. Unbelievable. Sorry about that. Oh, this one won't work. It's being put on some other window, I bet. Not yet. Well, we'll let that run a moment. Okay. All right. So let's unwind ourselves and let's just get the sorting working. Okay. So that was on jam log view. Yes. Okay. So we'll run it. Oh, I don't think. I'm going to quit that simulator and restart it. Stop this. Array of views be any view. Okay, well, let's try that. It's one of these things you're really distorting what's going on, and it's going to be a little confusing no matter what. But okay, well, we'll keep this in mind. This is the front page grid. Okay, the array of views is any view. That could work. I mean, at least they're a consistent thing. Okay. What's going on now? I don't know why this thing's not stopping. Let's try it again. Okay, we killed. That's good. It's going to take another minute to start a new phone. Ugh. All right, I got to close some of these. Song performance jam log view. Okay. Yeah, so we don't get a selected one, even though we said select one. The suggestion was change this to tag. I probably should have been running preview. Oh, I changed the icon slightly. It used to say Dulcimer Players News. It now says Dulcimer Players Tools there. Okay. Too hard to read, I think, anyway. Yeah. No, and I put the text in underneath it. Okay, we don't need that for sure. But even that's pretty good. Oh, the raw value is the string. Okay. So it must be something about the enum for this thing. The other one didn't have this string stuff. I mean, it might have had case iterable and identifiable. I don't know, but it didn't. It had a difference between the raw value and the enum itself. Okay, now where were we with that? Okay, so the log order. Name, source, last played. Okay, I think. Well, I think if we just do last played name and last played, that's sort of built on the stuff we already have. So let's see if that can work. The padding was okay. All right. Now, I don't remember how we used it last time, but okay. Something relied on the sort order in first lines. I remember that much. Okay. So let's go to the first line stuff. MD will work. We had a little helper method to do the sorting, I think. Okay, so the order in. Right. Our for each's, our methods took the sort order. Okay. So our jamlog view has a list of log.keys. Oh, no, it's this one. The log.keys, log.songs in a key containing the filter text. And then I think we're saying ordered by one of these things. Okay, so let's insert that. I think we call it sort order. Log sort order. Okay, but this method does not have the ordered. Come on. Songs ordered by log song order, which is log sort order. Okay, so we're passing a value we ignore. Cannot find log. Wake up. Okay, test should pass. There may be somebody else that was calling songs, like some of the tests. Now, the solution, I think, one of those things from James Shore's patterns, is to kind of like provide these defaults, but then the production use won't use the default, but it keeps all your tests from having to do it. Rebuild DPN, okay. So I'm defaulting this in. You maybe should do the same thing for containing, because we do see it in our tests. Yeah, containing this. So let's do that for that too. Text equals nothing. I may have to say string here. Okay. And now these tests can pull it out. Okay, clean, and we'll run tests. Where'd the other one go? But anyway, from James's approach, oh, here we go. Alternative is to create a view builder that returns the correct view for some argument. The nice thing with James's approach is this test has nothing to do with containing, and if we can get rid of it, the test reflects it better, where this test does have containing, but it has nothing to do with sort order. Okay. These aren't set.songs. This one has containing nothing. And so is this one. Okay. Build that, run that. Okay, yeah, so if we created our own kind of replacement for the for each, I mean, like, would a group work? I mean, it's giving you a list of these things, and the caller has to place them somehow. We could try that. Okay, so what we've done is remove add default arguments for jam log.songs, switched picker to use views with tags, fixing a problem. Okay, and that's all we've done so far. We haven't made the order do anything. Okay. So now I want to test that the sort order sorts one way or the other. So we need two that are backwards from each other. We have almost 2 songs and 2 performances. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. This is almost right. Okay. Performance in... Oh, no, that's not what we want. We need one that does songs. Okay, song details. All right, now what does he do for sorting now, right? He gets the songs and filters. Okay, so he doesn't sort. All right. Okay. Oh, okay, good. Thanks. Right. So I guess we just don't have a test that we don't require any specific sort order. That's not right, though. Songs in key with text. Library.songs. Does that sort? No. Okay. They all call contents, which does sort. Okay. Yeah, this one I don't think is the best way to sort that, but okay. So library manages as sorted list. That's almost not helpful. Okay. I feel like I'm on the verge of some breakthrough about how I'm managing these predicates for the filter and the ordering stuff. Like, it's all similar. Okay, so having our library sort things is not so helpful for us because we're in the jam log we're only getting a subset of songs, and we might not want them in that order. I guess the default is name. It comes in as sorted by name, but oh, let me catch this node. Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. The path, if we could get the path in and do that, that might simplify this noticeably. Okay, I guess I don't. Let's look up key paths because I just haven't done enough with them. I mean, I know you do backslash optional type dot whatever, but there should be some way to reference through them. Okay, the power of key paths. That's promising. Okay, key path provides read-only access. That's okay for us. Okay, articles.map 0.id. Okay. Oh wow. Okay, so it's an array with a name qualifier. $0 of key path colon. Okay, so yes, you can pass in a path, I think. Key paths can automatically convert to functions. Okay, let's see what that means. Backslash.name. Yeah, that's how I've thought of them, as being a function that gets the field from an entity. So I guess it's a function that takes an item and applies a field access to it. Okay. So what is map takes a function? So we can just treat them as functions. Oh, well, that's kind of interesting. All right. But the thing is, I've got okay, so let's say dot sorted. Oh no, I'm still writing the test. Let me get the test in. All right. A jam log. Okay, and I do think this one with the two performances is probably the right one to build from. Okay, so songs. Let's go in letters. Right. Okay, so no songs in specified order. Okay. And I took the wrong one, didn't I? Okay, we can steal from it. Oh, I thought we had one with 2 songs. No. Okay. Let's make song 1. Song 2. Okay, so I got a song called A and a song called B. I'm going to put the library gets both songs. Okay, put the 2 songs in the library by name order. We got 2 dates for the 2 songs. The first one is after, and I just make it clear on every dimension, or I can say the first one's after the second one. So if we sort by last performance, we should get B then A, but if we sort by name, we should get A then B. Okay, so now we're trying to get songs. Songs in the key of E minor. All right, with ordered according to last. No, let's do name first. We should get A song, B song. Okay. But if we ask for it in the last played, then I should get B then A. Okay. Right, this should fail. Okay. And the right one failed. Okay. Now Jamlog is going to say sorted, and it needs a function that takes 2 songs well, I almost like the $0 stuff better at this point. Okay, so it's got the function. Okay, so this is song1 dot, no. Is that how that worked? Where did that go? This is a function from object to field. Okay, I want to. Well, ordered is a log sort order, so I have to convert it to path of ordered less than song 2 of key path to path ordered. Okay. And except, is it capital P? Yes. And then I think I can make this be well, let's just let path to path map from log sort order to key path song string element type. Now this is relying on the fact that all our stuff is strings. Okay. Okay, are you okay so far? To path then has to be brackets. I don't know if that has to be a bang after it too. Okay, now this is, well, maybe I'll be explicit this way. Equals oh, this is not going to work so good. Oh. The problem is the performance stuff is off the song. Sorry, the performance stuff is off performance, and it's not a string; it's a date. Okay, I got to go back to the other approach, I guess. Sorted by. Let me do it how I did it in the first detail thing. Ugh. Square became curly. Yeah, because I was gonna make. Oh no, it is a square bracket, isn't it? So what I wanted to do was name is \song dot name. Okay. And if all we were accessing was songs, that would be fine. But they're not song paths in some cases, because the last played has to be performance dot date. I know where performance is date, which is definitely not. Oh, sorry, 19. Oh, right. But his types aren't compatible. Okay, variable value of string. Right, performance date doesn't match song. Ugh. Now I end up line 20, sorry. Oh. That's sorted. After I said I wanted to use $0, $1, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that. But there's still complaints, right? Yeah, we can't. So this is kind of what I was talking about with, like, it would be nice if there was some entity that represented a song and its performances. And then we could give it a field that asked for the date of a performance. Or, well, so performance, no, who has last played? Is that Jamlog? Last performance. Right. Can we do something with that? Yeah, the thing is it's when it's looking at performance versus this. But it would be nice to we're in a weird place. Okay. This is the list of every song, or this is a list of performances for all songs, and it's got a song ID field that can tie it to look it up in the library. But there's no entity that's like a song with its own performances. And that's not good. Well, I don't know that it's wrong per se, but we're certainly feeling it here because we want to say, whatever this thing is that's the song and all its performances, sort them by the last performance date, sort them by the song's name. That entity has both those properties conceptually. Okay, so my alternative, let's go back to the first line view MD, or an alternative. Where's that sorting? No. This thing. Contents. He just has a method that given the stuff, given a bunch of candidates in an order, okay. Well, okay, we can switch on order is fine. Jamlog. Okay, so this thing so far is a list of songs coming back. Let's make a method that sorts. Okay. And then we just have to switch ordered and take a different strategy for each one. Case dot name. Oh, we don't need the brace here. Okay. Pass the date as a string, converts it back to a date. Now, I think that would be pretty bad. Break time. Yeah, it's break time. Okay, take 3 or 4 minutes as usual. Welcome back. All right, let's get this switch in the rest of the way. Default. And I'm just going to make it, what do you call it? Fatal error. So rather than take them out of the enum, we'll just keep them there for now. Okay. So if you have name, return, it almost gave me the answer there. Songs dot sorted. Well, we'll return that. Okay, so we sort by the song name. Otherwise, we're going to return songs.sorted. And now we have a song ID, and we can get this. I notice it's nullable, which is kind of complicated. But I think our first test has specific dates, so we'll just assume specific dates for the moment. Okay, so this is last performance song ID song $0 dot ID is less than last performance of $1.id. And we'll need some bangs in there to satisfy it for a moment. Insert song ID, yes. Bang, bang. Okay, so last played should take the performance, whichever one has the earlier performance. And I think that'll pass the test after all that. Oh, okay. Oh, we have to actually call that method now. Okay, so let filtered songs equal that, and then we're going to return sort filtered songs ordered. Okay, now the tricky ones. We got to have two cases where the songs are nil. No song in last played order, even if no performances yet. Okay, so let's say I guess we want song. Well, I actually want this reversed. But okay, so if it's nil, I think it should just go to the bottom of the list. If they're both nil, I think we'll just take whatever the order we get them. Or maybe we should say by the name. Okay, so which one do I want to make nil? I guess I want to make the first one nil. Okay, take off this performance. Okay, and so even though because song 2 has a date and song 1 doesn't, I should get them back in the order B, then A. Yeah, I think you're right. By name probably makes sense if the dates are equal. It's just going to be it's a lot more testing than I thought it would be to get these two sort orders in, honestly. But it can be done. This one just gets hard. Okay, so now, yeah, we found nil. All right, that's kind of what we expect. I should have said that. All right, so what I'm going to do is let last one equals $0. Okay, we're going to have to yeah, you're right. Okay, so the sort, it's got to be inside the sort. All right, but let's do song 1, song 2 in this. All right, so now I'm going to say let last one equal song 1 dot, no, last performance of song ID song 1.id, and then last performance 2, this is song 2.id, or date dot, there's an early distant past. Okay, so now this is okay, so this handles the case where one of them is in the distant past and the other isn't. It doesn't handle our equality case. Oh, that should be returned. Now, I also think I'm backwards because I want the newest date first. But let's get those. We'll get this straightened out first. Okay, so this test should pass. B then A, because B has, oh no, it's going to fail. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna have to switch this one to test completed. No, it's not. Okay. Okay, no song in specified order. This last played should be descending, so I'm going to switch the orders. What am I going to switch? If I make a song the earlier one, yeah, I think that's what I need to do. Okay, I really want A then B. No, I want B then A. Right, I want B then A. Okay. And then this one, I want B then A. Okay. Now, let's get these both failing, and I can fix the directional thing first. Now, is this greater or greater than or equal? I guess we haven't dealt with equality yet, so let's make it greater. Okay, 2 failing. That's better. All right. Okay. So, all right. Now, this one is if one has no performances yet. The next one is, let's get the case where they're both songs are in name order if last played dates are equal. Oh no, I do want them equal. Sorry. So I don't really need 2 of these. I do need 2 of these. Song 1.id is date 1. Date 1. Okay, so they both have the same date. And so the order should be A song, B song. Now, I'm not sure we can tell that it passed or not. Doesn't matter if it's greater or equal. Yeah, the dates will be in the correct order if they're the same anyway. Yep. Okay. But I think this might pass by default because it comes in sorted, so it'll just happen to work. So this test, yeah. But I think the next test will, well, no, we still can't do it in name order if both have no performance. Well, okay. Okay, we get that. Yeah, but I think I want to explicitly. This is kind of a weird situation because there's no. I don't have a way to inject. Well, yeah, so if I tested sort directly, I could find out if that's true. Maybe I have to do that. Yeah, let me do that for these. So this is sort with songs ordered by last played name. Okay. Let's put them in the other order. Because in the, yeah, well, no, they're not. Unfortunately, that's why I think it's kind of a weird situation, because when we ask the contents of the songs, it sorts it. It goes to this contents method that always sorts. So it's kind of out of our control when we ask for the list of songs. They come to us sorted, even though nothing really requires that. But I think, yeah, so I think I'm going to test one level down on this and test the sort method, making sure that sort returns alphabetical order if the dates are the same. And it's odd for me to have to go in because, well, this could have been a private function. Up till now, nobody else is calling it except for right here. Well, here. But now I'm going to make sure that function works even if the stuff is there. So what I'm doing is I'm putting in some protection if the library ever went to not returning a sorted list, which I kind of think maybe it should in certain circumstances. So I think that's what that is. But there's the other thing is, what this is kind of telling me is we have a bare array here, and library sort of wraps it, but it's not really a complete, like there's more going on, you know? I mean, maybe it's enough. But this code, so my concern is this code depends on the list coming in alphabetically, and if it's not, it won't work. So I think I think for the purposes of Jamlog, we really do want to make sure that it's ordered by name if the fields if the last date is the same. Okay, so what's your problem here? Song 1, we don't need ordered by last played map dot name. Okay, so sort of these two, song and name order, both have no performance. Okay. he should come out alphabetical, even though the input was not alphabetical. And I think that will fail. And that's that's what I'm kind of trying to make this object a little more robust for. It's, I don't know. I mean, it's definitely a situation that happens. Like earlier stuff in the stream makes these kind of prerequisite structures and decisions and promises, and we can't trust them in some cases. Like, I don't want to trust them. I want this to give me the right answer regardless of what order it comes in, because I'd like the flexibility to make library not sort them all the time, because it's sorting them by name, then it's passing them to us, and we resort it by name or we resort it by last played, and in which case that first sort was wasted for us. Okay, so this is failing now. And I think I want to do the same thing here, is sort, put them in backwards order. Now, name order if played dates are equal. Right. So this should still come out AB. Okay. Yeah. But this should be sort. And the songs is song 1, song 2. The ordering is last played, and it should be A song, B song. Okay. And this will fail too, I believe. Good. Okay. So I'm going to check here. If last one is equal to last two, return $0.name. Return $0.name is less than $1.name. Okay. So we get the two things. If they're equal, then we go by name order. If they're different, we go by last one, last two. Okay. And that's kind of typical for sort, multi-field sorting. I did mean song 1, didn't I? Okay. And I think this will pass those now. So hopefully with this, our correct sorting doesn't depend on anybody else giving us sorted data. We just take what we get. And I think at some point that may let us go to a simpler thing in library and put it on people to ask if they really want it sorted. Okay. So what we've done is allow jam log to sort by name or last played date, if any. Okay. And stage and commit. Okay, now the sorting, we made it pass through already. So I believe if we run, we should see it. Now, I don't know what happened to the other iPhone. Oh, there it is. I think it crashed. I mean, the simulator crashed. Okay, so let's see what we're getting there. Yes. Okay. And these two should hopefully work. Oh, yeah. No. This is good. Okay. So last played, we don't have any yet. Now their dates. Okay. And then if I put this one now, that should be a slightly later date because the seconds are different. And if I sort them, I should see Mississippi Gray Cat and everything else. Mississippi Gray Cat, everything else. Okay, cool. It's more interesting when there's more of them, I guess, but that's okay. They're still sorted within key, which I think is the right way to go. And yeah, okay. So those two sorts work. That is, except it's not those two, it's these two. Okay. 4 o'clock. We lost an hour. We're barely going to touch persistence. Okay. Sort by source, sort by most played. I'm going to save those two. Okay. So we'll put that down on the bottom. Remarks at the song level. Right. So song has no remarks, whereas performance has them. So we want a song level field that's just like that. Okay, now so far that should not break anything. And it should load, well, okay. Song. Let's start that out empty, like we did source. Oh, he should be a var. I don't know that we should too much. Yeah, that's kind of a good point. All right. Let me let's add it down here. Sort by date should ignore time. Okay. I don't know if you can take a date and like zero out everything other than the month, day, year. If there's a built-in method to do that. Let's take a quick look. Swift UI create date without time part. Yeah, I know we can display them. Date picker. That's doable. I mean, there's a, yeah. Oh, you can get this. Okay, text with date style. Yeah, it doesn't really have that, does it? Yeah, I don't think there's anything there that gives it to us for free. So I'll say it's a future story. But you're right. It definitely is not quite fits how we treat it. If we're never showing the time, then we shouldn't take it into account. Okay, that all ran. That's good. Let's make sure loading doesn't bomb, because I did put the first the JSON file. I gave everything a remarks. Okay, and it would show. Well, actually, it would show up in here. We have the details, but there's no song remarks. So let's add that up here. Yeah, a function to clear that time. I'm sure that's doable. We could convert the date text if we had to, because we do have that from our formatting. So we could reread that and get a date that doesn't have a time. All right, let's get remarks in the view. This is details. And put remarks last. This is song.remarks. And they're optional. And then save song, because we turned it into a song already, then it's going to work, I think. Won't it be nice to have something go as easy as I claimed? Okay, so let's get some more remarks on Amazing Grace. How sweet. Save the song details and go back. And then look at it again. How sweet. Okay. Good. Okay. Now, the first step, well, I guess it's convert library and performance, maybe, to class instead of struct. Okay, so that's kind of the first step in persistence. I'm almost going to make it a separate story for it. Okay, so performance. Who reference? Oh no, let's start library. Do I get this for free, decodable for free if I do a library? Nope. Mutating is not valid on methods. Okay. I'll run tests first. Yeah, one actual easy thing. Oh. No, I think the class. maybe it has to be viewable, observable. Right, this is the new protocol with that, but we just had to mark it observable. Okay, so if it fails, I think it will, because before with structs, it knows the struct changed and updates stuff, and I don't think it treats these the same way. Okay, so if I change Amazing Grace to DAA, and I'll save a performance. Oh, okay. Well, that's all right then. Let's add a quick one. And there should be two. Yeah, this definitely, we need to adjust that. We also ought to have a message if there's no performances yet. Let's add that refinement. Okay, so now let's see if performance. Well, it's almost like Jamlog is the one that's got to change. Jamlog is the one that knows all the performances, just like library knows all the songs. I'm not sure I'm balanced the right way between all these things yet. I still wonder if the array of performances ought to just be held by the song and that's it. The reason it wasn't was because originally I thought the list of songs, well, the index of first lines has a static list of songs, and so there's no variability in them, and so it seemed important to keep them static and then let performance own the rest of it. But instead, we've accumulated some things in song. I mean, source was kind of that way, and remarks definitely is. That those should be there. Yeah. I think it's more likely you bumped the button, and it shouldn't be the same. But let's clarify that. And multiple ones on same day. I mean, I think for the purposes of the Jamlog, I think it'd be ridiculous to say, oh, this is your 1 p.m. You played this on 1 p.m. and you played it on 10 p.m. I mean, I use it more. I mean, not that nobody else can do it differently, but for me, it's more a tool to kind of keep track of which ones, if I haven't played it in a while, I want to know about it. If I played it on a date, it doesn't matter if it's once or 3 times, I've got a chance of remembering it better because of being on a more recent date, say, or something. So I think we'll restrict that. And these should, did we end up sorting those? I don't know. I'll put that too. Make sure performance dates are sorted. I guess I could answer that by looking, right? Performance. No, Jamlog. Let's get it over here. They are sorted. Okay. Okay. So I think it's Jamlog that's going to have to convert. Boy, this feels funny. I guess what's funny about it is the the jam log, I almost want an object that's responsible for performances, just like library is responsible for songs. And Jamlog could then know both those things. Because Jamlog is kind of the top level piece, right? I mean, let's Jamlog view. It comes in here and drives all this. Okay, but let's do the same thing here. See who complains. There's going to be... Oh, really? Stored property library without initial value prevents synthesized initializers. The app keeps a jam log. Yeah, that's going to definitely be true. Okay. I don't know why that can't be synthesized. Yeah, we don't need mutating, because classes are always mutating. And we don't. And I think the app must have one already, right? No. Huh. The content view has it? Yeah. Right, and you can kind of see here. Okay, who's accessing that performances? Actually, nobody. Okay. What's going on here? Well, let's take it out of content view. Right, and you can see our jam log and our library both read the same first line, so it's going to be a little trickier to set this up. All right, that's fast and good. Make jam log a class. Okay. Yeah, that's the kind of thing I was worried about. So I clicked on this, it no longer creates an entry for me. Now, if I click this one, again, he doesn't create the entry. All right, now if I go back, I don't know what happens. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, should the library list get the songs from Jamlog? I think maybe so, in which case Jamlog is really the library and library is just the songs. So yeah, we have some renaming to do, I think. But the thing I'm noticing is clicking on this doesn't update that. So that tells me there's a from switching to a struct, we blocked out the observable stuff. So I think this is where we say observable. All right, and then do I have to import Swift UI or anything? I guess it should be in Foundation, right? We'll see if that's all it takes. I don't remember. I mean, observable here, observable, and then is it just going to work? Code can use state instead of state object. Oh, I was supposed to use state object. Yeah, that's true too. Okay. Are you there? Yeah. Okay. So that does that. Okay. So yeah, so the library list should get its songs from jam log. All right. I think in the 4 minutes we have left, I think we'll rename library to songs and jam log to library. Or is that the right word? What's the overall thing? Well, let's do this one first. Library. These going to be capital songs. And then I'm going to look for, well, let's commit it and then we'll fix all those other things. The library list should get the songs from Jamlog. I think the first line view should probably be talking to Jamlog, but I don't know. We'll see. Maybe he gets jamlog.songs. Okay. Good. Okay, and I want to find the uses of library. I guess symbol is okay. Jamlog. Let's change this to songs. Oh, that should have changed. I thought I did this one. I don't know. Xcode's flaking out on me now. Don't want to do the rename. Okay. Well, there's not that many places. Let's... I don't know, Xcode, you let me down here. Not the first time, unfortunately. No, there's only two of them. Jamlog is root class. Have used the Jamlog. It's from Jamlog, yeah. Okay. Well, this one is okay. Excuse me. I'm just going to keep doing this. We're officially done for the day, but I'm going to just get this piece wrapped up so we have it in place next week when we start. We continue on persistence, although we're barely in persistence, and we got here by skipping some of the stuff I'd wanted to do, but that's the way it goes. All right, and then I don't know what the name is. Yep, thanks for this week. We will. I'll see if I can come up with a better name than Jamlog for the total library. And we'll deal with that next week. All right. Well, thanks. Be back Monday 2 to 4:30 Eastern Time or 7 to 9:30 p.m. UTC. And have a good weekend. I'll catch you Monday or some other time, I hope. Bye-bye.